Hello everyone, myself Gautam. Today we're gonna see endothermic, exothermic and displacement reaction. For the first experiment, we need citric acid and baking soda. Now, take a test tube, add some amount of water to it, and now add some citric acid to this test tube. Be careful while adding the acids and now stir it well. Now just take a balloon and add a baking soda to it. A baking soda, also known as sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. Now attach this balloon to this test tube. Now what will happen if we mix baking soda with citric acid? Let's say here a reaction takes place. Sodium bicarbonate, which is a mild base, react with citric acid, which is an triprotic acid, to produce sodium citrate and water and H2O. This reaction is an endothermic reaction because in this reaction heat is observed. Now if you test this reaction produces freezing effect, means this produces cooling effect since it is an endothermic reaction. Wow, is it amazing? So this reaction can be classified as when a bicarbonate react with an acid produces salt of that metal plus H2O plus CO2. Let's see at real life example. Now this is an ENO. We use ENO as an antacid. The pH of HCl is decreased. We use ENO. When there is an acidity and we feel irritation in our stomach, we use some antacids such as ENO. So the quality of ENO is that it contains both citric acid as well as baking soda, I mean sodium bicarbonate. Now let's add ENO to this one. Add one ENO to the balloon. And now attach this same balloon to this test tube. First we have to add some water to the test tube. Add water to the test tube and attach this balloon to the test tube. Now let's mix it here. Here the same reaction takes place. Citric acid react with sodium bicarbonate to produce sodium citrate, H2O and CO2 gas. Wow, is it amazing? So I have a question for you. ENO contains both citric acid as well as baking soda. Then why they do not react together? Why they react only in the presence of water and not react here? So for this you have to give the answer. Now we know the CO2 gas is produced there, but how do we test the presence of CO2 in this reaction? So to test the presence of CO2 in this reaction, we will bring a flame near to it. Just bring a flame near to it. If this flame is extinguished, if this fire is stopped, then this shows the presence of CO2 because CO2 extinguishes the fire. The matchstick fire is stopped. This means this shows the presence of CO2 in this reaction. Now let's move to the second experiment. For this experiment we need sodium hydroxide NaOH and aluminium metal, aluminium foil. Now take a test tubes and add some amount of water to it. Fill the test tube half with the water. And now let's add sodium hydroxide, which is a base, to both the test tube. Stir it well, mix it well. Now, let's take this aluminum foil and make small pieces. Just make small balls, some small balls. Now, we will add these aluminum pieces to these test tubes. Keep this one aside. And after, attach this balloon to the test tube. Ready? Here's an amazing reaction takes place. Aluminium, which is a metal, and sodium hydroxide NaOH, which is a base, react and form sodium trihydroxyaluminate. Oh my god, I think this balloon have been burned. You can see this test tube. The test tube is literally burned. It has been burned. Since this test tube is a plastic test tube, this test tube has been burned because this reaction is a highly exothermic reaction. In this, large amount of heat is produced. You can see this test tube. I think I have to take this. So be careful and don't do this experiment without any safety measures, because you can see the condition of this test tube. So the interesting thing here is that aluminum is a metal, and generally metal react only with acid to produce hydrogen and salts. But what is happening here? A metal is reacting with the base to produce hydrogen, that is NaOH. So the answer is aluminium. Aluminium is a special metal, means it is a type of amphoteric metal. Aluminium is an amphoteric in nature, means it's really very hot. Aluminium is amphoteric in nature. That means it reacts with both acids as well as base. It can react both with acids as well as base to produce hydrogen gas. So not only aluminium, some other metals, zinc and lead also can react with both acids as well as base. So how do we test the presence of hydrogen here? So for this, we have to do the same experiment. Just bring the file closer to it. You can see the drizzling sound. You can see there is a somewhat drizzling. It produces some pop sound. And what if we bring a fireball near this balloon? Here a suddenly blast happened because H2 gas is highly inflammable. It is the lightest element in the universe. So since this is a highly exothermic reaction, but this same reaction is a displacement reaction because aluminium is higher reactive than the hydrogen. It comes above the hydrogen in reactivity series. So it reacts with NaOH and produces displacement reaction. It displaces hydrogen from NaOH and produces sodium tetrahydroxyaluminate. So this is also an example of displacement reaction as well as an exothermic reaction. Isn't this amazing? Dhanyavad.